Let's talk about health care. A Texas judge handed down a despicable decision that threatens the health coverage of 20 million people. It undermines pre-existing conditions, protections for all Americans, and it could eliminate all the progress we've made as a country since the passage of the Affordable Care Act. Even the parts of the law you may not realize are part of it. Here are the few of the things that we should know. First, the Affordable Care Act is still the law of the land. No one's health insurance changes right now. We will fight back. This decision will be appealed. Second point, this court decision was made possible by Trump's tax law. That's right, in addition to giving handouts to billionaires in Wall Street, Republicans in Congress snuck a provision in the tax law that opened the door to repealing health care. Third thing to know, the Affordable Care Act has stood up in court battles before, but there's a lot at stake if this ruling stands. Protections for the more than 130 million Americans with pre-existing conditions would be gone. The ability to stay on your parents' health insurance until you're 26, it would be gone. Contraception with no out-of-pocket cost would be gone. Limits on how much you pay out of pocket each year, those protections are gone. Requirements for insurance companies to cover essential services like hospital visits, that would be gone. The list goes on and on and on. You know, we've seen this before. A few rogue judges pushing a political agenda tried to kill this law. President Trump and almost every Republican member of Congress, all of whom have insurance paid for by taxpayers, they tried to kill this law. Every time we fight back, every time we've won. But that only happens when you speak up. Healthcare is a right. I've always fought for universal coverage for all Americans. So I urge my colleagues and the Republican leadership to work together with us to pass this common sense, fiscally responsible health plan that will provide real solutions to real problems for real people. It's important, I think, the government step in and provide help for people with prescription drugs. In fact, when I first came to Congress, I made a campaign promise. I said I would pay my own health insurance until Congress passes health insurance for everyone. I refused to accept congressional health care. I paid my own insurance for more than a decade. Congress then passed the Affordable Care Act. Now Connie, my wife, and I am on the same exchange system that millions of Americans get their health care from, having the same access under the law. Now it's up to all of us to work together to protect this law, all the people who depend on it. So please share your stories, make your voices heard. It matters so much for our country.